So thank you, Mateo. I appreciate you coming on. I still don't know what this is, either a podcast or like an interview, but all I'm doing is just bringing on other creators or other people in like the marketing fields, or business in general. Picking their brain, figuring out, what makes you tick, not in a bad way, but like, like what keeps you going, what motivates you. Um, and also, like you had mentioned, you want to talk, the bad side about content creating and running a business and the marketing and having to deal with the customers and all that. So, yeah, I would love to get into it, man. So,
Yeah.
if you can just, probably talk to them, who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Mateo. Andrew and I met on TikTok. We're both, say, pretty active on social media, and it's just been a blessing, man. Like, we met on TikTok. I've had the chance to come out with you guys probably a year ago. Here we are today, back at it again. And yeah, it's a journey. And I think for today, like, I feel like I took a lot of L's today. I mean, you were with me on some calls. Like, I feel like I took so many L's today and things blew up in my face. And honestly, days like this like really make me like question like, is it worth continuing? Um, can I make it out?
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of things that people fantasize about this business. Of course, they see all the fun and cool stuff that we do, but I think the world needs to see like the not the bad things, but like it's hard. Like we were just talking to a business owner who owns a plumbing shop, and I mean he's doing pretty well, right? But I think he made it a huge emphasis that like failure is just part of the course,
Yeah.
and you just have to keep going. And I really think the people that are successful are just the people that just persevere. Like everyone could have just given up and stopped, but like as long as you keep going and can just wake up the next day and do it again,
Mm.
like that's the difference between people who stick it out in this business versus people who literally just do it for like a year, right? Like he mentioned he sees a bunch of plumbing, business owners, single like entrepreneurs, like they're in it but then they're gone.
Yeah.
But he's at it because he's actually thinking about it like a business, and he like almost embraces failure because it's just
Definitely.
part of the game. What do you think?
Same thing. Like whenever he was saying, like, you need to take your L's and accept them, and then just like move on from the L's instead of dwelling on it. Like the faster you move on from the L, like the faster you'll get to what you want to get to. And his examples are like him spending this X amount of this because he got screwed over, and then at the moment, like I know, like you kind of downplay because it was in the past, so you're not really kind of giving it all your emotions how you felt at that time. But I can imagine like him being so stressed out and like the emotions that he was feeling, and it's like, okay, like we moved past it, now he can laugh about it, or it's like, bro, I had to pay this much for that, like I was an idiot back then.
Right.
But in the moment it's just like the end of the world and my business is gonna fail,
Yeah.
and then like
He
push
could have
through
just
it.
given up at that moment,
Yeah.
right? Like he could have just said, you know what, plumbing's not for me. Let me go get a 9 to 5. But
Mm-hmm.
like he persevered and he's like still in business doing well. And
Mm-hmm.
on to like bigger things now. Honestly, that was like really what I needed today, bro, because as you saw, like I was getting like punched in the face. But to hear it from him, like that's why I asked him like,
I know.
how do you do it? Honestly, it was really inspirational, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of knew when you were asking him questions, I was like, you're probably speaking from like personal, like just
Like
having
3 hours
like I have
ago.
a friend that just got denied or covered. Like, what would you tell him? You're asking like those kind of questions.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know a guy who just lost a client today, and do you have any tips for him?
Yeah, yeah, I can tell like this morning you're getting kind of bummed out. I can feel the energy shift. I don't want to address it because I was like, just let him feel it and let him do whatever he's got to do to get over with. Um, I'm so used to it getting taken out on me because of Roman, like whatever he says. So I'm like,
Sure.
I just know like, all right, you're gonna have your moment. I'm gonna be here whenever either you're going through it or once you get past it, it's like then we'll just move forward from there. So
Such a mental game.
it is, definitely it is. Like especially for me, you're always in your own head with like, fuck, I'm a loser. And it's like, you've gotten here, we both have gotten here in where we're at in life. And yet we still feel like we haven't done enough, or we still feel like a loser. Or at least I can speak for myself, where it's like, fuck, like you can get more. But it's not more because I need more money. It's just like the goals that you're trying to get to. Yep. And it's like, I just want to hit those goals. So like when you take like 3 steps forward and 1 step back, it just feels like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm never getting
back,
there.
Yeah, it really feels like you're taking a huge step back, but
instead of realizing like it's only 1 step out of the 3 steps forward.
Exactly.
It feels like, oh, like 3 step backs and 1 step forward. So I can understand where, like, how you felt today, and I'm like, all right, you know what, like, let's go do our stuff. And luckily, like, that drive and us doing stuff, meeting up with Brian helped.
Oh, super.
And
thank you, Brian, for lunch.
Yes, thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Really do, yeah.
Yeah, you clowned about making a selfie, and then Mateo ended up taking a selfie, and
anyone, and just asked us to send it to him. So
and you asked him, exposed.
Does he not like selfies, or
no,
what?
No, just because I know he was doing it like a joke, but he was probably serious. Like, let's take a selfie, guys.
I think
like
he was
trying
actually
to be young.
fangirling being with us. Right? Like, that's his low-key way of getting a photo.
Hey, Brian, you're his #1 fan, man. I know, like, or yeah, Brian, or
likewise,
Brian's your #1 fan, yeah. Too. So I'm like, what the heck? Brian never texted me this much. Let's go do. I'm like, damn, Mateo, I need to have you more often. But thank you, man. I appreciate you coming to Victorville from Van Nuys. I don't know if you want to disclose where you're located, but we can blur that out if you need to.
You but can just say LA.
In LA, yeah, like it's a drive, and then you staying out here with me and my family. We welcome you, not a problem.
Appreciate that.
You get to see a different life where it's like you see me online and how you talk to me, and then when you see me at home with my kids and family, you're like okay, like this is a whole different side,
100%.
And I seen you yesterday just taking it all in, like just watching my daughters, like, what the heck? Like, is this really like your life? Whether you seen it, I don't think it was you were seeing it bad at all, but whether you were or not, it was just like yeah, like this could be your future, like
yeah.
Like once you do decide to have kids with your girl, and you just make that step, whatever stage in life. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but
no, it was cool. It was really cool to see you, because it's like you actually have something you can go home and like look forward to, maybe even an outlet for like to decompress. And I think it's motivating to know like you have something to look forward to, or that you're providing for someone. Like, I think that's got to be, like, for me, you just go home and you're just like, you're constantly thinking about your problems and you. Right? It's really cool to see like you have a family. Like, it's more than you. Like, you have to think about other people. And honestly, I think that's really the best way to disconnect, is that you have to spend time with your family, that you want to spend time with your family. And dude, that's awesome, man. It's really cool to see you and your dad out. And
thank you. I know that's like the one thing I don't ever promote or post. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, when I had you over, I was like, shoot, like I completely forgot. Like I really don't post about this life, this side of my life. I just only post like, you just only see me joking around or making content for whatever it is for clients. And it's like, shoot, I forgot. Like, damn, I do have another job, like being a dad.
It's crazy, man.
Anyways, yeah, enough about me. We're here for you, man. Sheesh. Well, so you had said your name and what you do. Like, what company did you? What company are you? What's the name of your company? Sorry.
I'm with Huntington Films.
No.
No, I'm with Elvira Media, which is my own media production company. So, similar to Huntington, we work with a lot of ed tech companies. Really passionate about software, and I mean that's where I come from, the B2B SaaS world, and just trying to take all of the creative knowledge and stuff that I see that you do on TikTok and just help more corporate companies, like try to unlock that for them, right? In video.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And so, and what school did you go to? Like, what's your background?
I went to CSUN, Cal State Northridge, so I majored in marketing. Didn't really learn much about marketing there, but
No?
it was CSUN is a good school. Um, but yeah, it just opened up my world because like you major in marketing, you think you're going to get a job in marketing. I actually ended up getting a job in sales, really fell in love with sales. But I've always been like a storyteller and someone who's been fascinated with video. So it's kind of full circle now where I feel like I get to do what I really love, which is like marketing and video and storytelling. But what I did out of the gate from school was sales. So now I get to apply that to my business for myself.
Yeah.
And obviously like try to give back that knowledge, whether it's online or coming out here and trying to teach you how to like, well, not teach you, but like show you that like it's in you and you can do it. You know, that like the biz dev aspect is like, I think the most important part for anybody in our business, like just being able to like walk up to someone new or stop by a business with donuts and drinks and gator, like doing just little creative things to like get your foot in the door, right? Because everyone's so focused on like hard selling and cold calling, but like we had a really good conversation with the business owner today, and all it took was us to stop by and drop off $10 worth of Gatorade. Like that's all it took, but like we went out there and we did it, and that was like the best use of our time, and like that gets me fired up knowing that like you potentially have a client now because of even both of our like time spent and like asking him questions. Like that stuff gets me fired up because like that could be now one of your biggest, most loyal clients.
Yeah.
And all it took was like just that one thing, right?
Yeah. And just like you were saying, like you're helping out like other creators. And shout out to our group chat with Bruno, Big D, Roman, Mateo, and I. Like all in that group chat, we're just always pitching ideas to each other, trying to help each other out. So like we've been luckily enough to we found each other, and now like we're trying to help each other grow, and like really genuinely want to help each other grow instead of like I'm only gonna tell you whatever like
sure,
I
like
want to tell
gatekeeping
you.
information, right?
And all of us were like in different counties, like Orange County,
LA
County, the High Desert, San Bernardino County. So it's like we
Bend.
can still tell each other like certain things, and then if it works with your client, you're gonna probably be like, well, like Andrew, how much would you like help me out for stuff like this, or Mateo, how much would you help me out? And we start solving more problems because some clients like maybe I get a client like, well, maybe I need to start getting into schools more. Like when he told you like, oh, the nonprofit and trying to, and then you had a solution like, yeah, maybe I can help reach out to these schools for you that you already have connections with. And that's another way of avenue for you, like for payments, like through Toyota, you know? And I was just like, when I seen that, I'm like, shoot, like, and because we're good friends or like we continue to have that communication, we were able to even sit down with Brian, the marketing director for Toyota. It's like, have you ever?
I know, just casually. I forget that he's literally the marketing director, right?
Yeah, like aside like I still forget, like I'm so used to it, but I'm like, I've never had another meeting or dinner or hung out with another marketing director from another company. So it's like, dang, like with Toyota, like that's a pretty big name, Valley High, and you've seen his commercials, like he gets pretty creative and he's always trying to stick out of the box, still keeping in the lines like within the red tape, you know, like he's limited of doing certain things like parroting other stuff. So or whatever's appropriate, and he is doing a really good job. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going, but back to every time I watch your content on Instagram. Is that yours?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever I'm watching your content on Instagram Reels, like it's really good. It's hitting the problems of these videographers and marketing directors or owners. Who would you say that you target your audience to? Or
I'm trying to actually switch it up a little bit. I want to speak to more of like the marketing leader. But honestly, I feel like I just want to give back what I've learned to help like someone who's getting new to this world or someone who's like a year behind us. Like, just really any like videographer or video production entrepreneur, like I feel like if I can give you a shortcut or give you something that I learned that could help you close a deal or get a client or keep a client, like that's what I want to do. Like I just want to support that community. I want to give other entrepreneurs like the tools and empower them. Like I
Yeah.
get DMs where people are like, "Dude, you inspired me to like pick up a side hustle, or you inspire me to like actually take my business seriously." And if like that's really not my intention, but it's
Yeah.
cool to see that like people see my content and now like they want to like pursue a side hustle. Or and again, that's not like the outcome, but like that's just like what happens when people just see me speaking passionately about what I've been honestly slaving away for the past 3 years. Like people don't see like me crying or all the bad stuff or the like, but through it all, like I still just want to like uplift people.
Yeah, definitely. And you're not pretending like this is the lifestyle. Maybe you should make a video like the. I think you have, right? Like the bad, like the dark side of running the business. Have you or no?
I think I might do a video about
I would say like, cause that definitely would stick out. Cause then it's like, oh, I'm so used to watching you like talk about, but you're not even bragging or trying to show people like it's so amazing. All you're doing is just educating. So no one can really get upset with you. Like the only comments I would see or would be like, yeah, we all know that. It's common knowledge. But it's like it's common knowledge for you, but for the average
right.
client, business owner, whatever,
Seriously.
they have no idea what this is. So if you can be that first person to expose them, they see you as the authority and they're like, well, he knows what, like, I trust him more. Like, maybe I'll write him a message like, hey, could you do something like that for my business? So that's where, like, I wouldn't say you have to even show the dark side whatsoever about it, but I feel like maybe if you were to try that, it's like something different, and you maybe that might even some like tap into something where it's like maybe there's something to it. We're educating people about this,
Yeah.
or I don't know, or clients could also look at that content and be like, I do that to other videographers or sales reps, like Mateo, like educated me, like those are like what was it like the effect of my actions. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm thinking like long term or how multiple ways there it could affect them. Hmm. Yeah, sorry, I'm
No,
overthinking.
it's good,
It's
bro.
probably the me microdosing. But anyways, what else was I gonna say?
Dude, let me tell you a story. I remember I was on a plane trip to, I think, where was I going? I think I was going to Palm Springs. And sitting next to me was this like mom, dad, and they're like 3 kids. And they
Hmm.
were like on a plane. Just sparked a conversation with them. I was like, hey, you know, what do you guys do? And they're like, oh, we're business owners. And I'm like, oh, what, really? They're like, yeah, we own properties in Idaho. And this gives us like the freedom and flexibility to do what we want, to travel. And I was like, so did you guys always do this? They were like, nope, we had super stable jobs at big companies making good money, and they took that leap of faith. And I was like, any tips? Because you know me, I always like to like ask people like
Definitely, yeah.
feedback, tips, right? And they were like, get ready to fail. Like get comfortable failing. And like I thought that was interesting that like that was the first thing they told me is like just embrace that shit's gonna work, shit's gonna break, shit's gonna, you know, clients are gonna leave. Like, and that really stuck with me because it's like, dude, it's like that's the number one thing is like, can you accept failure and still push through? Whether you're a plumber, video production entrepreneur, or like a, you know, these guys were telling me all the problems of like renting and then their properties are trash. So it's like, there's no easy path. Every career, every like business is hard.
Yeah.
But the common denominator is like, can you accept failure and can you keep pushing through when like it's super hard? And I think that's literally the game we're in, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's not easy, but it's also fun. Like, this is our job. Like, we're literally here recording a podcast, we're getting content. Like, I think to us, it's like, people probably look at us out in the field all stressed out filming content, but they're like, whoa, look at them. Like, they're doing like a cool job.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
I try not to think like that, like, oh, well, like people look at up to me at that. So it's like I try to humble myself where it's like I just need to be grateful that I'm able to do this because I remember when I couldn't, where it's like I get off at a specific time. And I do hear a lot of people, so like I hear you hear these people like say like, "Oh, I don't have to work my 9 to 5." It's like I get that you're kind of putting it as like, "Oh, I quit my 9 to 5 so I can work my for myself." I think we should maybe phrase it like I don't have to work my 9 to 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I can choose to work my 9 to 5 because I work 9 to 5, but I don't have to. I choose to. And as a business owner, obviously you're working more than 8 hours or 9 hours. You're working, what, 20 hours maybe because you got to deal with, if you're a video production company, filming, editing, dealing with the clients, post production. It's like dealing with other videographers and their personalities, and that person might not make it the next shoot, and now you got to find a replacement. So it's always like on the go. So when I hear people say like, I quit my 9 to 5, and it's like, it's the same thing. You can't think like, oh, that's something special anymore. It's like you chose finally not to have to work 9 to 5. Now you can choose whatever time you want to work. Yeah. And that's where a lot of discipline has to, you need to have like discipline to be able to be effective, to be able to continue to last that 9 to 5 where you choose to like, how do you say it, to be successful or to pay the bills. And then like there's different levels, obviously, like into discipline. Like you just need to have enough discipline, like where I'm going to be here just editing, and then you have to have that next discipline, like, okay, well, I have to go film or I have to do outreach for this much, and then another discipline on, well, I can't get distracted from friends outside of work because then I might not wake up early the next day or for the shoot. So it's like there's so many layers of discipline that it just never ends, and you're always gonna have to figure out like, okay, what's the discipline and what's the system for this type of thing.
Yep.
So I mean, I know I'm disciplined where it's like make content, get people's attention, but I lack the discipline of being organized, time blocking, like literally like that right there. I know you guys can't see through the camera, but on Mateo's left, he has his laptop of his Google Calendar, and it's like time blocked. Like Monday, like for the next 4 days, this guy's fucking busy, and it's like time blocked. 9 o'clock to this time to this time, that time to that time, and he looks at this religiously. So I look up to Mateo seeing this, and it's like, I don't even have that. You look at me, and I'm trying to remember, like, Thursday, do I have anything? As confident as I like to say, oh, no. And then when Thursday passes, a week goes by later, and then that meeting or someone I was supposed to meet with Thursday texts me, or they don't even bother texting me because they're like, well, you ignored me. So it's like, I don't want to work with you anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and that's happened multiple times where I'll miss an edit or I won't follow up because I just assume like, yeah, I'll remember it. And then, you just get busy all the time where it goes away.
Super easy to forget, man.
Yeah, so definitely, and I've been telling myself, and I tell everybody, but seeing you do it right here, I'm like, Like today I had time blocked where it's like, okay, we're going to go out to send the drinks. And then I got reminded when we were flying the drone for Toyota, like, hey, you're going to send out drinks. And I was like, oh, cool. Like,
and it helped, right?
Why? Yeah, it did help. I kind of knew, like, okay, we were talking like, our next step is to go do the drinks.
But you got that reminder on your phone too.
Exactly. So now it's just discipline on my end. Like, now you got to discipline time blocking and, put everything in your calendar. Even if you think it's not a big deal. Like, no, just still go to the gas station, fill your tank up. Maybe like that's like the start to get to, the habit.
Yeah, those are the things I'm telling you, it'll help a lot. And you can even put personal stuff on there. Like here, like I literally have like even driving time in my game. I don't know if you see tomorrow, I have my game on there. It just helps. Like it just allows me to visually see like what am I doing? Everyone has a different system for that, but like I just found it to be a lot easier if it's on your GCal. You could even put like follow-ups, like you got to follow up with some of these guys next week. So throw it on next Wednesday. Just put follow up with, so that next Wednesday at that time you're gonna get a notification. Hey, I gotta send another email. I gotta send a call.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Just try it out. I promise it'll help.
Okay. So let's say, what would you tell others that are watching this probably right now, and are, I don't want to say broad, like they're just starting. I would say like, what if they're already starting, and they want to, like, get better at content? What would your like advice be, or what advice would you like to say just in general for people?
Is it for someone who's like new to content?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm trying to figure out who would it be affecting more. I know both answers are good, but because you're at a level where you're already like there, where people already see you as the authority. So it's like you don't have to start from the very big bottom.
To be honest, I think you just have to like, don't be afraid of what other people think. Like, I think the most important part is like posting in volume when you're starting, because you just get exposed to a lot of different things. You create a habit of you posting like daily, like truly like push yourself to post a video a day. And at the end of that month, you're going to have like analytics and insights on like what video did well. You are actually going to like push yourself, like going to the gym or like any routine, like it becomes part of you to wake up and make content. And like that's what it takes, like when you're first starting off, because people are really concerned about like how are they looking or appearing to other people. Is it helpful? Is it worth the time? I think you just got to jump into the deep end, man, and just unleash and just post as many videos as possible, because the videos your first videos aren't going to be great, but if you can get over the hurdle of like chasing perfection and like just getting fun stuff out there. Like when you guys did that video where you kicked the ball and then it cut to the drone, like did you do that because you wanted to go viral, or were you just trying to make like a cool video?
Yeah, I just did it because I was like, this would be funny.
Right?
I wasn't even thinking like.
But you're just making content. Like you're just doing it for the fun of it. And I think if you just do it for the fun of making content because it makes you happy, or you think it's valuable, or you think someone would think it's valuable, like that's it. Like you don't need anybody else's approval. Just hit post. Like just do it for the fun of it. And when you do it for the fun of it, like it's actually fun, and you can do it again and again and again and again, even on days when you like don't feel like it.
Yeah, definitely. That's really good advice. A lot of people compare themselves like, well, this person's getting this much view and that looks better production wise.
Or I look bad. It's like, is the video like, is it funny? Cool. It offered comedic value. Is it actually like helpful, like educational? Yeah. It doesn't matter what you look like. Just get it out there, because if it could help one person, like, again, TikTok does its magic. Like it can feed your content exactly to people that it thinks will like it. And it's doing all the heavy lifting for you if you think about it, right?
Definitely. And you'd be surprised like what actually does really good. Like you might put all your time in one video and it's like, this would be really good. And then you just might post a video that you just took like 3 seconds of, or like something that's like, this funny, but like I didn't really put too much time into it. Let me just post them. And you'd be surprised that one that you didn't like take or put any effort ends up like doing really good, and you're like,
that's the weirdest.
How does that work?
The videos you don't expect to do well will always do well, because your intentions making it weren't to get views, right?
Definitely. And it's hard to hear that, because you hear Mr. Beast talking about, well, I format my videos so I can get people to watch longer, and it's all for the views, and he does like certain things, so it's kind of hard to like.
Yeah, but he also has a huge following and subscribers, so it's like, but go back to his first couple videos, like they weren't that good.
Yeah, true.
But he was just so committed to post, like that's why I'm saying volume is so important.
Yeah.
Because it forces you to like get over that hurdle quicker. And then you're pumping out content.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
You're like already like 30 times better than a month ago, because you decided to post like once a day, you know?
Definitely. And then last question. I think I probably said last question already, but uh, how do you come up with your content? Like when you're filming, are you like saying, okay, I want to tackle this, or what? Is it from experience, or what is it like? Hey, I want to talk about this, and then let's record it.
A lot of it's just stemming from like stuff that I'll receive on calls. Like if a client has an objection or a client has a concern, or I feel like, this client didn't understand what I'm saying, like let me create a piece of video content. So I'll open up my notes tab and I'll be like, talk about how edtech startups should be, prospecting before the buying window in Q1, or someone DMs me like, hey Mateo, is it worth it to get a associate's degree in marketing? I mean, like literally there's so much content around you by just seeing like what are people asking you, what are people pushing back on you. Literally, if you turn that into like a prompt, now you have a video. So for me, it's like we have this conversation today as an example, like a lot of success talking to that business owner by getting Gatorade. Like I might do a video next week that says, here's how we got a business owner's time for an hour with $10.
Wow.
And just talk about that.
That's pretty smart.
Because I know if it worked for you, and it could probably work for a videographer in a different state, right? So it's just like, what are you already seeing, and like how can you just like take it and turn it into like a little bite-sized chunk? Kind of like you, like I know you're really big in like your TikTok like sound and sending it to yourself. Like it's similar, but like my notes tab has just a bunch of random like sentences and phrases, and I'm like, I'm gonna turn this into a picture quote, or I'm gonna do a quick little video about this. So like the moment an idea comes into your head, or a question, or something you feel like, maybe other people might have this question, let me write it down. Like that's literally your content right there,
No, you're definitely right. And I need to start making content like that, because I think I made so much content about being a videographer, video production, just because like I'm around it so much. So I just make content from experience. I have experience getting ghosted. And I make fun of myself. So we're doing the same thing. It's just like the opposite. I'm making fun of myself, and you're kind of like, this is how to do certain things, like educational stuff. And I've always looked up to you, like, that's the kind of content I want to make, just educating it. But like I'm so like, it's my go-to to just be funny.
Sure.
And maybe I can sprinkle some comedy in the educational, but like just the comedy and like the trend stuff, it's like so fast and easy for me, where it's like just push that out. The quality or quantity over quality. But I do like your content, and I digest it more. In your videos, one video sticks out a lot more than, at least for me, like 10 of my videos.
Why do you say that?
Well, because you're giving value, where me, I'm just doing it to entertain. And it's like, oh, that's relatable. I've been in that situation. But I never, like, people who watch my content, it's like, I've been in that position, and I guess they get benefit where I'm not alone. But if they take your content, it's like, okay, like, I know I've been in that position, and thank you for providing the answer. I'm just kind of showing you, like, here's all the problems that we have. I'm not really educating you on this is how to go around it, or this is how to solve it.
Yeah.
So I know it sounds bad comparing, but like I look at your content, like I need to start doing that, like hitting some pain points for clients, or just educating them.
Well, here's my perspective. I'm like, dude, this guy gets so many views. He kills it. Like my videos don't do as well, and so it's like, yeah, it could be educational, but you're literally you could. For me, if I were to compare myself to you, I'm like, dude, this guy has a systematized way to get million view videos. Like that to me is super impressive, because you found that like humor is a really good avenue to achieve virality. And so for me, it's like, I may not have that, I may have that depth connection with someone who I guess finds value in that, but for you, you have the width, like meaning you can create something in minutes and it be seen by over 1 million people, and you could do it again. Like, I think they're two different skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, two different objectives. One is to purely educate. The other one, I mean, that's again, the fact that you can systematically find trends, recontextualize, post it, and do that like 11 times in a day, and the videos get at least minimum like over 1,000 views minimum. Like that's good, bro. Like that's, I wouldn't compare yourself to other people, but like that's like super good. You know what I mean? Like you have that skill set. Like, I mean, we almost have like complementary skill sets where we're
Definitely.
like, we know how to create content, but we create different types of content. But I think that's because we produce the content that we like. Like I like educational stuff. I think it's valuable, but you also love the funny stuff. So you push that. Like I think it's just a reflection of like
what you want to see,
what we like and what we think is missing, and then we create that.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because I look at educational content. Like you're the only person that like, I can watch educational. I see other people like, shut the fuck up, bro. When I see you, I'm like, all right, Mateo, what do you got today? But everyone else, bro, like, shut the fuck up. You don't know jack shit. And I know they probably say this shit, but I'm just like, it's already fucking annoying, bro. Like, that, but yeah, like you said, like, we just have two different views on it, so we just make two different content. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to tap into that side where educating without, and no offense, it's not even anything to you, like sounding pretentious or being like, I know it all. It's like, for me, I make fun of myself. Like, look, I'm the first person to fuck up. Like, but this is what I learned from those fuck
It's relatable. Look
ups.
at the comments on there. People are laughing because they've been there.
Yeah.
They may not like spend 30 minutes like really taking in that clip and being like, how do I apply this? But like, you're striking a chord with them, and like you could do that for. You've done that for Toyota. You've done that like, it's a skill that's like rinse and repeat for any business. Like that's your expertise. You're a TikTok specialist. Like, all right, what kind of business do you have? This? Okay, cool. All right, here's some audios. Here's how I would recontextualize it. Do you want me to film it? No? Okay, here's what you do. All right, and then like, that I think is like, that's your expertise. Is like, you are a TikTok specialist. You're a short form specialist. And that's why people like Toyota like hire you, bro, because that's your expertise. You know, again, I think it would be a fun challenge for you if a big company said, Andrew, we are the most boring company. We sell hay to farmers. How can you make that fun? And I feel like you can take that on and kill it. But like most people can't do that.
I get you.
Again, you could take the most boring thing and make it fun on TikTok. And that, for the people that see the value, will see the value in that.
I get you. And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for like a boring account to pay me what I want. And then allow me some freedom. Don't put too much red line for me or red tape. Like maybe like, okay, let me just kind of, get a little crazy, overboard, edgy. And just let me go do it, and I'll trust. I'm not gonna make your company look bad. I'm not gonna, get you guys canceled. It'll be appropriate, but I know like how to do it with, like, for example, hey, like, if you were to give me some like that's kind of hard. Hey, I guess I would find a way. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. You would find like that's a fun undertaking to you, but you would also be able to deliver with that, no problem.
Yeah, because I remember doing a live on TikTok where I would like go on like, okay, give me a business or give me like some a service, and let's find like a trend and how we can do it. And then I would get people like commenting, oh, do this. So then I would like find a trend, and then I would show them like, okay, use this trend, and then you do it like when this and this happens, or when a customer complains about like in that service or in that field, whatever it was in, and it was like. It was getting good like feedback where it's like, damn, that shit always happens to me. And it's like, like for instance, and I know I'm going off again, but my brother, he's an X-ray technician. So I told him like, bro, just do a TikTok, like just have fun. You have so much time on your hands because you're just waiting. Like just do it where there was this one sound or something where like fuck, I forgot the sound. But pretty much you're gonna play the patient and you're gonna play the X-ray technician, and you're gonna have to film both. You're gonna film yourself like being the patient getting like the lead on or whatever, like getting sit down. And then you're gonna play the X-ray technician, like, all right, this is not gonna hurt, and then like you run right past like where you're not getting like the radioactive.
See,
and then
you're already thinking about that.
And then yeah, like literally on the spot while I was on the phone with him, it was like I kind of felt good doing it, and I was kind of blowing his mind, like Andrew, you were kind of doing it like right, like in real time doing content, and I was just like,
and that's light work for you.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm continuing to talk about myself, and I'm sorry. It's just
you're good.
Like over 10, 11 years, it's just built that muscle where it's like I kind of can just put any job, service in it, and I just know like this is how to do it.
You want to know what I think could be a great way for you to get clients? Hermosi says you want to just give your best work for free and sell the implementation. You could just feed people ideas, and it doesn't cost you to be like, hey, yeah, here's an idea, here's a song, use that. And you could feed people like 20 videos, but the reality is they're not going to do anything with that unless they put that to play.
Definitely.
And that's what you sell, is you sell the implementation of these ideas. But you could just spit ideas like it's candy. And I think if you embrace that, like the guy we were talking to today, like just give him free ideas on the spot. Because if he wants to work with you, he just pays for the implementation. He pays for you to implement it all.
Yeah.
But the ideas, you can just throw them out like candy. You literally hand it out like a lollipop. Like, yeah, here's a fun, because then people are already seeing in real time how your brain works.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I get you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Because if people want to work with you, that you almost de-risk it for them because you're giving them the ideas up front. And paying for it they're just paying for the implementation, right?
Yeah. God damn it. But there's so much stuff, I mean, too, like, you get an idea, and then it's like, okay, even if you write it down, like, okay, I still got to do these phone calls, I still got the time block. I mean, I guess in your case, it's like you'll schedule it, like, whenever free time. So then you already know, I guess, so I need to do it because I automatically feel like my week is already filled up when really it's like it's a lot of empty gaps, but I'm like putting all that work into like...
You have to visually see that though. You have to like visually see like tomorrow between 12 and 3, like you don't have much going on. So what could you do to fill that gap? Right?
Yeah, exactly. And then like, okay, well, I have like a 3-hour gap where I can just put that in there. And
correct.
And instead of like just thinking in your head like, oh, fuck, it's so busy and it's gonna take all day, when really it only took one task is taking 30 to an hour, but it feels like all day, and you're probably doing it all day by doing a little bit here and then in the middle of the day there, and then finish it. Hopefully you get it done by the end of the day. So that's where I lack, and I like this helped motivate me definitely to time block. Now I just have to implement and have the discipline to consistently
Once
do
you get into a routine, you'll feel naked if it's not on your calendar, bro. Trust.
I think that's what I would really want, like to get to that point where it's like I feel I didn't do anything because I didn't even look at my calendar, or like I need to look at it, just like how I open social media. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
You got it, dude. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. You can plug your Instagram or TikToks if you like.
Mateo.Elvira on Instagram and Elvira Media on TikTok.
And then your Riverside. Oh no, that's like your interview. Your podcast too.
Yeah, check out the EdTech Marketing Podcast on Anchor and Spotify, and then hit us up on LinkedIn. Super active on that platform. Let's get after it.
Yeah, make sure to connect with him, because if he sees you're viewing it, he'll connect with you first. You're like, who the hell's looking at my profile? I'm just gonna connect with them anyway.
Amongst other people, right?
Yeah, man, other people. Oh, that one guy.
Good
he's gonna be looking at yours too, and I'm like, oh God.
I love when he said, "How can I help you?"
Who, me? I'm like, I do it now because I'm like, man, like you're wasting my time by saying, like, how can I help you? What do you want? Instead of saying, what do you want? Like, how can I help you? And then it's like, you now like the ball's in your court now.